let me just first tell you how I first got introduced to Masati, and the impact that it has had on my life, over the years. So I actually was going through a really tough period in my life, and I was very depressed. I was very lonely, financial difficulties, like the whole entire thing. I've alluded to this before, for some of you who know that I went through a difficult period of my life. And so I went to a psychic, right? I went to a psychic because I was looking for answers, like general just answers about my life. And after she did a reading with me, she was like, can I just send you this person? His name is Masati. I was like, Mas what? And she just emails me this link to this like free meditation. I was so not into meditation. I was like, I don't have time for that. I'm not patient enough for that. But I listened to it, and then I like went to his site and everything like that, and I was introduced to his work, and I found it fascinating. Even though I wouldn't say I was like a believer, right? Because I'm a skeptical person, I found it fascinating, and I couldn't like tear myself away from it. So I did these meditations, and it was so foreign to me. And over the course of a few years, actually, I'm going to back up and say that I then went to an event where you were live, okay. And I went with my psychic friend, and she was like, "You should just come with me," and I was like, "Okay, but I don't know exactly what I'm going to get out of it." But then I actually met you, and you came up to me, and I was like, and you actually said the first thing you said to me. I wanted to ask you about my finances and all of the things that people, concern themselves with, and the first thing you actually said to me was, you you have candida growth in your stomach, or you have something going on in your stomach. And what's so interesting about that is I was dealing with a lot of these health issues relating to my digestion that I couldn't even pinpoint. I had no idea why, but you like did something, and I was like, okay, interesting. And then actually like a few days after that, those digestion issues actually cleared away largely. And I was like, wow, that awesome. Wasn't something I even wanted help with, because I'm more concerned about everything else in my life. But right. I mean, it starts with your health, right? So your physical body, I guess. So that was the first indication that I'm like, there might be something to this. Right. And then I've been doing you can look it up on his website, the 18-day meditations. And I've been doing that for the past couple of years again and getting into it. And, there's always this part of you that's like, what's this doing? What's the benefit of this? But what made me want to reach out to Maz and have this interview like today is it's been about 2 months. I've been dealing with this stomach issue, this stomach pain. I've actually talked about this on this channel sometimes. And it was getting worse and worse, and it kept waking me up at night, and it was really, really bad. But I went to the doctors, and no one could figure out what it was. I've done CTs, I've done scans, I've done, all these things. And then I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna screw it. I'm gonna do like, a private session with Maz, see if he can see anything. If he can't, then whatever. But I'm desperate right now. This is really affecting the quality of my life. So I scheduled a session with you, and you said what you said to me, which did not seem related to my stomach at all. And I was like, okay, well, interesting. And it wasn't until 2 weeks later after that I like realized that I haven't had stomach pain for the past week. And I can't remember the time that I haven't had stomach pain before that. And so I was like, wow, there is nothing else that I have done, right, to change anything other than that one session that I had with you. And I still don't quite understand it, but I thought it was pretty miraculous. And I'm like, there's really, really something here. It's not just meditation. It's not just like feeling good, right? There's something going on a deeper level. And that's when I reached out to you. And so that's kind of been my journey. And then when I look at 2014, when I first found him, to now, my life has just like dramatically changed. I can't even I still am in my head sometimes, but I'm not as in my head. I'm not racked with this feeling of scarcity all the time and fear all the time. I'm no longer depressed. And things just feel easier, just better for me as a person. And also when it comes to financially, just general lifestyle, it's like night and day to a large degree. So that was my personal journey in finding you.